All right, you guys can hear me all right, correct?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start with, we'll go Steve Hellwagon with Andy Backstrom on deck. Steve, when you're ready.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, San Diego State has this reputation as a great defensive team. Just what is it about their defense that makes them so special, I suppose? And I guess the other question I'd have would be about Jaden Ledee as well. You're meeting back up with him all these many years later. Just anything about that? And looks like he's found a home there in San Diego.
Yeah, no, I think they're a terrific team. Not just an elite defensive team. They've been an elite defensive team now for a number of years, and they've been a really good team. The pandemic year, I think they were 30-3, Steve. They were ranked in the top 5 in the country. I think they'll be top 15 in the country in the new poll, would be my guess. So they're a terrific team. I think right now the what makes them so good right now is just the experience and age that they have. They're really experienced and they're really old, and they have a lot of talent returning from a really good team. And I think you they're a team that's going to be as good as anybody we play. But that's the case. I think this field is really an elite field. There will not be a bad team we play. I think Jay, great family, great kid. Obviously, it's been a few years. He was at TCU for whatever, it's 3 or 4 years or whatever it was. So happy for him. He's a great kid and a really good family. Really good player.
All right, we'll go to Andy Backstrom with Tim Hall on deck. Andy.
Hey, Chris, how do you go about preparing for a tournament like this where obviously you've had time for San Diego State, but after that, either Cincinnati or Arizona comes up right next and you've got games in consecutive days? Just how do you split up that preparation?
We scout as a group. We do collective kind of team scouting amongst our staff. So we have a system that we've had in place for a number of years, and you advance scout in tournaments like this. But in large part, Andy, it's going to be about the way we play and the habits that we try to create through about 40 practices. That's the biggest thing I think that can help you in tournaments like this. Listen, it's a great field. It'll be a great challenge to play one good team after another.
All right, Timmy Hall with Adam King on deck. Timmy.
Chris, I think you spoke to this a little bit before, but do you feel a little bit like you're in a world of the unknown going into a big matchup like this with such a new team? And is it maybe more so of a feeling like that than you've ever had in your career at this point?
Yeah, it's really the case, Timmy. It really is. It's certainly more than any time that I've been a head coach, particularly from Butler on. Just a lot of unknowns, and that's fine. We had this roundtable today with other coaches, and there were a couple coaches who mentioned 10 and 11 new players of their 13 guys. So this is a part of as you know well, the new age of college basketball. But speak to us specifically, no question is there some curiosity, some anticipation, probably some anxiety about what we're going to be. I will tell you this, it's more excitement than anything else, because good or bad, win or lose, you really do get immediate feedback about things you have to work on when you're playing this caliber of competition.
Obviously, this is one of the most legendary holiday tournaments for college basketball fans, and you're pulling off one of the most legendary Zoom backdrops I think we've ever seen. So good positioning by Gary Pettit there. But
yeah, it was all Gary. That was all Gary. I would have done it from my hotel room, but he wanted to set this up. I don't know if it was, some of you guys on here he doesn't like, but he set this up. So
I think all those things are true, but just with being there, not having played a game yet, so you still are enjoying Hawaii, and then you're going to go into a gauntlet stretch. But what's the experience been like so far since you landed?
It's been great. I think obviously, the weather, given what it was before we left, although I do think you're going to have a good weather week from what I understand. by all accounts. The weather's been great. The trip was obviously long. I don't know, Timmy, as a coach, you're looking at it and you're saying, is an event like this where you have to travel to this degree, is it ultimately worth it? And I don't know that we'll know that for a while. And, this is not the summer tour that we had, to the Bahamas where you did some excursions and it was a team bonding. This is a work trip, and it's being treated that way by our players and by our staff. If the wives want to do whatever, that's fine. But this is very much a work trip. We're trying to prepare to play our best here on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
All right, we'll jump to Adam King with Jack Emerson on deck. Adam.
Sidger, you say it's a work trip, but obviously you do get that team bonding again out of this with this young group. How much do you think, even though all that traveling can be tedious, it's just another opportunity for this team to mesh?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, but I just think the competition, Adam, is what is going to be so valued here. The quick turnaround of prep, as you guys know, that you have in an NCAA tournament type of situation too, where you're playing one good team after another, and you have quick turnaround, quick prep. So I think more than anything, it is about the competition. And again, I think the irony is the last time we played here, we played San Diego State 19 years ago. And I've talked to a couple players that were on that team, one of which was Terrence, but JJ Sellinger, and they remember this experience. It was a much different field then than what it is now, but it's just a bit of irony there that you're playing the same team that you played last time you were here.
Obviously, every game you want to walk away with a win. There's no doubt there. But is there a conversation had with your team about how important this trip is, even if every game you're not on top at the end of the scoreboard?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Yeah, I think every coach is, certainly you don't want to go 0 for 3, but that's all those things are, that's the reality of playing in a great field. I think the exciting thing is with college basketball is that you can win or lose, you get immediate feedback. It's why non-conference, when it's high major, I really want to play as good a teams as we can play. I want to play tournament teams that have a track record of playing in the tournament. That's always been my philosophy. I think it's served us well at times, or mostly. So yeah, there's no question that, certainly the outcome is important, but the long-term perspective is what's most important.
Real quick here, will you be wearing a Hawaiian shirt on the sideline there?
I wore my Hawaiian shirt today. I wore it well, I think, but I will not be wearing it on the sidelines.
All right, we'll finish up with Jack Emerson. Go ahead, Jack.
Hey, Chris, kind of piggybacking off of what Tim asked you about kind of the unknowns of this tournament. What are some things you're kind of hoping to learn about your team over this upcoming stretch?
Did you ask what can we learn about our team?
Yeah.
I think how we handle adversity in the course of a game, stretches. I think we'll learn a lot about lineups. I think we'll learn a lot about how our defense can stand up against really good teams. But I think more than anything, you learn how your team handles adversity. And I think we've got a ways to go in that area, to be honest with you. So I don't think we're there by any stretch yet. We're very much a work in progress in a lot of ways, certainly when it comes to handling adversity. So those are probably the things that I can think of.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. All right. Take care. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.